Hello there, YouTube. Goodness gracious. She's a beautiful day today. Despite the fact I looked at the weather and it's supposed to be like 50% chance of rain today. As long as they're wrong, you don't hear any crying or complaints coming from me. How come we didn't have these mornings over the weekend?
I don't know.
Why did it wait till the work days?
Warm and dry.
Yeah, I'm not even wearing a coat or nothing today.
I know. Well, you're a little crazy though.
Man.
It is warm.
Yeah. It's almost 60 degrees out here, all done already this morning. All the sounds of the birds, just lovely. Well, there, little woman.
Oh, man.
Welcome to, it's Wednesday, isn't it?
Wednesday.
It's hump day all done already.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Looks like it's gonna, despite what the forecast said, I was talking about not looking at the weather, and last night about 1 o'clock this morning, I guess this morning, I'm looking at going, well, that's the end of that week. It's just gonna rain, and then rain.
Yeah.
And then we have this.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, have yourself a wonderful day.
You too. Hubba.
All right, love you, see you, bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye. So, I guess I didn't totally explain the moisture in the sitting in the transmission housing of this thing. Someone asked, is that the moisture, the condensation that's built up in the case, and the guy's not riding it long enough to burn it off? That's exactly what it is. Especially with modern motorcycles, the vapors from the crankcase go through there and it's recirculated. It is pushed right back into the intake manifold. So you are not only not burning that moisture out of your case if you short run them, don't go at least 9.3 miles to be exact. Pretty much a standard with all motorcycles. You need to take it for a 9-mile ride. I just tell people, go for a 10-mile ride. If you're gonna fire it up for any reason, you need to take a 10-mile ride. Not sitting there running in your driveway or whatever until the fan cycle a couple of times. Doesn't get it done. Does not clear the moisture out. That moisture that's coming up with the crankcase, gases and pressure, is being recirculated right back into the intake system. It rebreathes all that. So initially, your intake system is breathing the moisture coming out of the cases. And so you need to get it hot enough that all that circulates out. That doesn't hurt the engine as long as it's being run right through it again, until it clears up. Doesn't hurt it. They're designed to do it that way, but it's not designed to do that and be left sitting inside there. It's meant for you to ride it long enough that it clears it out. If you're taking short, people go, well, I only live 3 miles from work. Buy a scooter for your work bike and so if you can't take it for take a long ride to work and a long ride home, buy something small that'll burn those gases off really quick. And I bet you, yeah, look how much of it has evaporated just sitting here overnight. But it's still in there. That is destroyed oil. That's broken down oil that is no good. That's what that comes from. One of the most common things when you're doing it really bad is when you pull your dipstick out. Let's see what this guy looks like. See if he's that bad. Oh yeah, I can see it from here. See? That's short runs. He is systematically destroying this motorcycle. That's not good. That is proof positive of either really short trips back and forth to work, or someone that fires it up in their garage once a week because 50 years ago his grandpa told him that, yeah, you need to do that. In the old days, you had to do that. And everything breathing out in the atmosphere, it didn't take long to burn off that moisture in those old engines. And you're talking a car engine. Motorcycles, the transmission, everything's all sharing that same oil. So, anyway, just a touch. I've touched on this a bunch of times, but every time I bring it back up again, I get a lot of questions. So I guess I need to explain that in detail. Number 1 rule, no short rides, and never, ever, under any circumstance, during the winter, fire the bike up just to get the fluids flowing. You're flowing the wrong fluids. Oh, one other thing I thought of as I'm walking up here to get my first cup of coffee of the morning is you don't need to see the moisture like around your dipstick, and you don't need to see it for it to be doing harm. When you see it, it's gone way too far. So whether you see moisture in your oil or not, do not short run them, because it is happening. I guess before I get too carried away, I'll show you everything going together. Kurt's putting a 2020 S1000XR Red Edition together. But this is new, old, other old stuff. Here's my my heat plate. This thing retains a bunch of heat, so as I'm going together, it takes a while to get it hot the first time, but it kind of speeds things up as you go along. There's that crazy banjo bolt. Got the old one out, just lickety split. Look, not even a nick on it. Heat is your friend, deeply your friend when you're working on these. But basically, we're taking this whole thing apart to replace that gear, this shift cog assembly, and the shift forks. The shift forks don't look any different. I think it's just they're having you do it as part of the recall, just so you're starting off fresh in case whatever happened. I still don't know the exact details of why they're being replaced. They're identical to the other ones, other than some identifying marks that denotes that it's the new parts. This is what I found interesting. Who wrote that on there in Germany? I didn't write that on there. Alright, let's get her together. Oh, I got that S1000 I'm going to take for a ride here once the battery gets up. Well then, I think a while ago I may have mistakenly called this thing a S1000. It's a K1300S. I think it's a 2013 model. So it came in for electrical diagnosis. I guess when he bought it, the injectors were plugged. So whoever it was, they fixed that. And thought the battery was dead. So he bought a battery for it. Man, he bought a lithium battery. I don't know if it was the wrong one or what, but that thing had no power. So tried to charge it up, and it just doesn't have enough poop to turn this thing over. And it's really small. It's like a little scooter battery. But he had, the battery's so small, he did a bunch of spacing to make it fit. So I can't see what the part number of the battery is. I looked up their website, and it shows a battery number that's suggested for the K1300S, but which is like the equivalent of a YTX 16 something or other in the UASA world. Are you recording? Yeah. So I don't know if he's got if he had the right battery in it or not, but he very wisely decided to go with the BMW battery. They are spendy, but they last forever. Really last forever. But like any maintenance-free battery, you don't put these things on a trickle charger or keep them maintained. They will live. They can live actually quite a short life. But he's convinced somebody, whether self-diagnosed or somebody helped him with it, I'm not sure. He's convinced that it was the starter, because he just knew that new lithium battery wasn't the problem. I used a donor battery. Kurt was putting together, I don't know, a little dual sport. I think it's, I don't know what it was. He was doing several of them now. One of the little CRFs or KLX, whatever it was. Anyway, I kind of just hacked the battery in there, way lower capacity than what's required for this bike. And man, put an amp clamp on there. The starter's not drawing anything. The bike just, even though the battery wasn't even close to the size this thing requires, just repeatedly lit this thing off with virtually no draw on the starter. So I don't think he was totally convinced that we were right about it being a battery. Probably because he spent a lot of money for that lithium. I don't know what those things cost. What is the temperature? I mean, I'm just wearing I have no t-shirt on. It's just my shop shirt. I'll tilt that just a little. There we go. Feels phenomenal out here. Good God, what's the speed through here? I just passed the sheriff. I don't ever, you guys know, I'll leave a turn signal flashing forever because I never look down. Lovely motorcycle. These things were quite the hot rod in their day. They have big booming torque for a four-cylinder. If you guys ever ridden a Hayabusa, it kind of has that kind of a booming, torquey, go really fast kind of feeling to them. Old Beamer, old Beamer. There I go, leaving a turn signal on. Told you, I don't ever look down at that dash. Got lots of carbon fiber bits on it. He had a fender that wasn't installed, and it mounts to the rear differential. So I got that mounted on him. Nice carbon rear, little sub fender inside there. Looks kind of cool. Very comfortable motorcycle. I love the upswept rear road racing type pegs. This crunched over crotch rocket feeling is such a natural feeling that I just don't ride anymore. I don't know why. Probably to you know, make myself live a little longer. I do after a while. I lose my head and start, you know, going too fast. It's just not good. And then next thing you know, you're coming home and you're kind of winding down thinking about your day, and you're thinking about the ride you just took, and you're going, that was stupid. That was really, really stupid. Then you start scaring yourself. Well, I'm going to stop that. And then next thing you know, you're out doing it again. You want to go fast, go sign up for a track day at one of your local road race tracks. Go do that. You're in a controlled environment. Out here, you're not. Dogs jump out, deer jump out, old ladies in Buicks back out. When you go off, you're not on a track. You know, you could go right into a tree or a parked car. I mean, the list goes on forever. Very dangerous to road race around on the streets. I used to do that when I was younger, and then was I 17 or 18? I don't even remember how old I was. I think I was 18. Guy comes in, he goes, "Smoak, you gotta come out and race at PIR." He goes, "We're having a club day." Whoa. And so I took my CVX 6-cylinder, took that out, and went out there, and geez, ended up doing that for quite a few years. There's that old hog. Yes, sir. Very, very, very pleasing bike to ride. I just expected it to feel dated, and it didn't at all. It was very, very pleasing. He's got his clutch adjusted so it's The free play is okay, but he's got his lever, so it's like right off of the bar. I already stalled it once, right before you guys. There's a speed limit through here. I think it's 45. That's about what I'm going. Somewhere thereabouts. Woo! This feels really, really good. Get my head off of that BMW for a, well, not BMW as a brand, but the K1600. I got the transmission and stack all back together. I'm in the process of doing the last couple of steps. Throw the transmission back in, put the bike back together, and geez, tail lights down the road. The 1600Bs and the 1600 GTL, literally nothing's different. Just kind of the same old, same old. I was thinking about going straight, taking the left up here. You know what, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to. I'm not supposed to cross into a bike lane, just so you guys know. Bike as in bicycle. Come on, light. We ain't got all day. Oop, there goes the fan. Let's not stall it like a rookie here. I mean, that little stubby lever is set back, so it is literally right off of the bar. Are we still open? Heck no. I got lucky coming up. The gate was open. If you're new to BMWs, you might not even be familiar with these old K13s, K12s. They were around for quite a while. What's going on, Ryan? Well, I appreciate you guys coming along for a rip. I'm gonna lasso her away in here and get back to my transmission job. It's got lights on the front forks, if you can call them forks. Nice. All right. Well, I was hoping I'd get it done today. I'm close. I haven't got much to do tomorrow. Transmission's all in, assembled, all that kind of good jazz. I'm getting faster with these things, so in the end, I may not lose too much money on them. That would be very nice. But look at that storm. Oh, the rainbow's gone. Well, it's kinda there. They said it was supposed to rain this afternoon. That's sure looking pretty out that way. We'll take that.
Yeah.
Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, hope the mics can handle the wind. Wind's coming up. Storm is coming, boy.
But it's dark.
Wind a blowing. Somebody rang out a couple of shots out here, and all the dogs come storming up on the porch and wanted in. Now they all want back out when we come out.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, they said it's going to rain tonight.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to happen.
It does.
By the looks of it.
By the looks.
Yeah, it's cooling off too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you all in coats and stuff. I'm just got my dead good work shirt on.
You're
That's it.
Crazy too.
It ain't that cold. It's cooling off. Feels good.
No, I'd be dying if I was in this thin little thing.
Nice. Anyway, that's fun. Even got a ride, and I think I was going to get a ride of any kind in today. The guy okayed the repairs on that K1300S, so I got to ride that thing around. Mess and ride. I've been done with that K1600 today. I will have it done tomorrow though.
You just had too many side tracking things.
Had some interruptions, and then working on that K1300S in the middle of it. Got me sidetracked and tinkering around with stuff on that thing. Took it for a ride. All that takes time.
Yes,
time
it
away
does.
from the K1600.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really close. It's just a matter of just reassembling everything now.
Very good.
So anyway, I think we'll roll out on that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys having a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
All right.
Bright and early in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Y'all be there. We're going to be here.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys take care.
Thanks now. Bye-bye.